start asking questions. Today we're going to go over the dangers of obese privilege in society. So we are going to absolutely positively. Let me see if I still have a channel. It's always good. It's always an interesting thing. Like, you got to make sure you are still like available. like people are actually can see you, because it could be any given day. It could be any given day that YouTube just shuts this motherfucker off. So that's why you should go follow me on Rumble also. That's why you should absolutely go follow me on Rumble, because I'm not saying they won't eventually kick me off, because they will. I'm on my 25th TikTok account. Is there a softer place in the world? Hi from England. You people just got to be free. Congratulations. You guys are now, your rulers are allowing the peasants to go free. You guys should feel awesome. But it's not your fault. So for real. How you doing, Laura? I'm in a mood, if anybody can't tell. I always spent the morning, because I get up super early. I spent the morning doing research and stuff like that. Laura, we're gonna take a look. Pop star princess, how the fuck are you? So, Bootcamp Barbie, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a Friday. I hope you all have great plans to have a fucking wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. As the narrative is falling kind of apart, finally early enough to watch a live. Caitlin, England, how are you doing? Can't wait to watch now. Popped in to like the video. Okay, T-Baz, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate you. Hello from Honduras. Hello from frigid Michigan. It is right now here in Southwest Florida, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold as fuck. I'm very spoiled. That is cold, cold, cold. For living in Pittsburgh as long as I did and growing up there and stuff like that, I am very, very, very spoiled. It's a good thing, though, because I don't like working out in the cold, and my workouts starting tomorrow are almost all going to be outside, because there's going to be some bounding and stuff like that every day, too. So the big push, my New Year's resolution every single year, is to be in the best shape I've ever been in on my birthday. I turn 51 on July 31st. I am going to be in the best shape I've ever been in. And the thing is, last year on my 50th, I was in pretty fucking good shape. So I got to fucking worry about that. Ron, how you doing? Zub, what's going on? Hi from balmy Minnesota. That's pretty fucking chilly up there. So we just had somebody from England. Let me pull something up here for you. I thought this was pretty neat. Because, I'm sure you guys are super, 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 super happy you got to be free. But let me pull this up for you really quickly. Because this is actually, we're looking at it. I wish it was 65 here. It's 12 in Pittsburgh. Fuck that shit. I'm done with Pittsburgh. For real. And this is, I'm still have family there and stuff like that. But I'm done with Pittsburgh. I cannot believe the last time I was up there, which was April of 2020, which was June of 2020, how pussy everybody was. They're going to let us go out to a restaurant. What happened to the town I grew up in, where it was the bar fighting capital of the goddamn world, and fucking people, wouldn't take shit from nobody, and nobody could tell them what to do. Well, they all sat the fuck down. Just sat the fuck down and were told what to do like peasants. If one northern city I thought was going to rebel, it was the town I grew up in. And they just really sat down like a bunch of pussies. It was kind of disappointing. They're not gonna. They don't let us just fucking go. What the fuck, And I know a bunch of Pittsburgh police officers, who I went to high school with. You guys are a bunch of fucking assholes too for enforcing that shit, masks and shit like that. Fuck you. But anyway, average age of death in the UK. I'm about to show you something from the UK. This is my Twitter feed, by the way. If you're not following me on Twitter, please go do so, because if you really want to know what I think about shit, I am just wilding out and sharing it on there. But because I got to be real, Twitter is allowing me to say the most shit. Without deleting me and shit like that. They're allowing me to say whatever the fuck I want to say, pretty much. So I can't argue. I can't argue against that shit. So this morning I decided to look into some data that I saw. And you can go to the MFing COO. That's this guy right here. You can go to him and follow him up there if you want to get this link right here, because this is an actual link to England and NHS UK. It's for statistics. And I put, dear people of England, I'm sure you are happy that they are going to let you play outside again. However, please do not forget to hold your rulers accountable for turning you into peasants. Over 1,078 deaths for healthy people under the age of 60 for over 2 years. This chart right here. I'll pull it up. This is an actual fucking chart. That if this is the number of people that have passed away of it, completely of it, without serious pre-existing condition, total for 2 years. You guys lost your freedom for 2 fucking years for that. If we wanted to go even further, we can go to this guy's page again. Oh look, that's us. It's like this weird fucking. It's going to create this weird fucking. Anyway, we'll go to this one. This is CDC data, and by the way, you can go there and get this right here, and this takes you right to it. Okay, that's the bit.ly link to take you to get this chart. So this is updated as of 1/16, as you can see right here, 1/16/2022, by the CDC website as of 1/16/2022. In more than 2 years, the number of people per age bracket in total that have died of the vid is below 0 to 24, 133 people. 25 to 34, 458 people. 35 to 44, 1,172 people. I would love, by the way, just in those brackets alone, under the age of 45, I would love to see the increased total in overdose death and the increased total in suicide deaths. I would love to see it. I would love to see it in comparison, because I'm not talking like the total. I'm talking the increase in total out from the last 2 years. I'd love to see that put side by side with this, because I'm almost going to guarantee, and this is not talking about how we fattened people, made people through telling everybody it was okay to just sit down, which is obese privilege, which is part of the problem in society. It is okay if you get fat during a pandemic. It's actually fucking not. I mean, if we're actually talking about healthcare system, which we're going to get to in a second. So this one's going to be a little fiery today, people. I'm a little fired up. So, but buckle the fuck in. Buckle the fuck in. Because coffee hasn't even hit me yet. This is just how I fucking wake up. See what I'm saying? But I really wish we could get that statistic to put next to this, because if you just take under 45, that's what? That's less than 1,800 people under the age of 45 that have passed away. Less than 1,800 people in 2 fucking years. Less than 1,800 people in over 2 fucking years of it. Everybody else had serious comorbidities, many of them. Are you fucking telling me that 1,800 healthy people passing away of something warrants the increase in the increase in suicides, overdoses, the damage done to developing children because they've been having to wear facial decorations? Like, can anybody fucking justify this to me? For real, I in the comments, if you're one of these people that show up to fucking hate on me, justify that to me. The damage done to fucking children. A 9-year-old was getting fucking arrested in like New York fucking City. Like in New York City, you can literally fucking rob a place in broad daylight on camera. They're not going to come fucking arrest you. But a 9-year-old doesn't have a passport to say that they've gotten a therapy that doesn't stop the transmission of this fucking weak ass fucking cold for healthy people. And I know people are like, oh my God, so many other people have died. They died with a lot of other comorbidities, according to this. Literally, according to fucking this thing right here. According to this, they had a bunch of other fucking comorbidities too. I've said this shit from the very beginning. I fucking told you so. I will say it every fucking day. I fucking told you so. I want us to move on in society, but I fucking told you so. Ridiculous. Under the age of 65 in the last 2 years, 10,078 approximately. Under the age of 65. That's basically the working class. That's the non-retired. If you're over 65, I understand everybody's like, well, so you're just saying we don't care about people with immunocompromisations, and you're just saying that we don't care about the elderly. No, I care about them enough that at the very beginning of this, I was saying we should actually warn them that they are in much deeper trouble than people that are not. Instead, we just said, hey, everybody go to the same fucking grocery stores. We're going to close down all the mom and pop shops, and we are going to now introduce all of you, everybody, to each other, because we're going to have shortened hours, and we are going to have less places you can go to. Like people came in contact with each other that would have never normally seen each other, possibly spreading the disease more. But I mean, because of what we did, like people can't see this. Like we fucked up. Like I'm not saying, and this is not to fucking say anything. I'm not saying it's on purpose. I'm not saying anything like that. But we fucked up. Clearly, we did not handle this correctly. We should have warned the highly immunocompromised and the elderly and the very sick. We should have warned them that they were at very serious risk, and that if they wanted to in some way isolate, that's what we should have fucking had them do. We should have helped them. We should have built industry around it. Instead of sending $1,400 to everybody and bailing out the airlines, we should have built industry around helping elderly people be safe, helping highly immunocompromised people get safe and to get healthy. Instead of sending $1,400 to every fucking individual, we should have paid for a gym membership for everybody for a fucking year or two. No shit. We should have sent out informational packets on vitamin D. And if we were going to do anything with facial decorations, we should have absolutely had a PSA on the proper safety and how to wear them every single fucking day on TV. There should have been PSAs about how to safely don and doff a facial decoration daily. Like it should have been taught in every fucking preschool class and every fucking class. If you want children to fucking wear this shit, you should teach them how to fucking wear it safely, because we absolutely fucking didn't. I mean, this is fucking craziness. Like this is not something that they're like we should just allow like the powers that be to just admit and then fucking walk away from. I'm sorry. This needs to be looked at in a very serious way. Do you know how many people are fucking society has PTSD over this shit? Like for real. Like society is people are freaked the fuck out. People are terrified of something that for the what 5,000, a little over 5,000 people per year that are healthy under the age of 65. What the fuck? Like I'm in more danger from sunstroke. That's no shit. Like that is no shit. Especially my age bracket for my health. Fucking 30-inch, 29 to 30-inch fucking waist at 5'10". I can fucking go for fucking hours on working out. I fucking take 10,000 IUs of vitamin D a day. Supplement my vitamin C. I take an antiviral replication fucking regimen every single fucking day. I make sure I focus on getting sleep. I focus on getting hydration, which I suck at. I'm still behind today already, but I'm going to drink my coffee first. But so this is what we did. I mean, people have to be forced to take a therapy for this, even though it is being shown. It's been shown that natural immunity, and I wonder if I'm going to get stricken for saying the words natural immunity on this motherfucker. But natural immunity is just as robust, if not better, and provides broad stream protection. Over this, total 42,151 people in the last 2 years that have had no comorbidities have passed away from this, of all age brackets. All, and that's, by the way, that is 32,000 of them is over the age of 65. 75% of them. What the fuck, people? I mean, it's not a thing that I take pride or glee in saying I told you so. It's very much frustration, but I fucking told you so. While many people, and I mean, I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about people that might watch this. But while many people were literally sending death threats to my fucking house, to all my fucking accounts, trying to hack everything I fucking own, because I was stating these fucking very clear words that are now mainstream fucking news about facial decorations not fucking being effective on an aerosolized vapor, because aerosolized vapor travels fucking 30 meters, which makes 6 feet look like a fucking ridiculous number yanked out of somebody's ass, which it was. Allergies, not the vid. Even if it was, I'd be happy about it, because I would want to get my natural immunity, because I would want to fucking then be fucking fine. I'm sure I've had it. Like fucking sure. Fucking craziness. I'm going to go back and answer a few of your questions from me just fucking rambling on there. My goal this year is to go from 30% body fat to 25 and 45. That is a very good goal. That is a very, very, very good goal. And I mean, very attainable, very good goal. Just like try to be very mindful with what you eat. Negative 15 Fahrenheit in northern Vermont. Negative 25 wind chill factor. Fuck that. Fuck that. Hello from Indiana. Michelle, how the fuck you doing? St. Paul, Minnesota just passed jab mandates to eat in restaurants. It's like, why? Like, I mean, that's the fucking thing. You know, I'm sorry, but if air is too fucking dangerous for you, stay the fuck home. Order in. I don't give a fuck. I don't think you should. I think you should trust your immune system. I think you should work on it. I think you should build it to be robustly. How many lives could have been saved if we, at the very beginning of this, we would have said, hey, the information out of China and Italy very clearly looks like it's very elderly people and very fat people that are dying. Maybe we should protect the elderly people and unfatten our fucking population, which is already extremely, extremely morbidly obese. Because that's what factually the information said. Maybe instead of us saying everybody huddle down and close all the fucking gyms, and in California they were literally arresting people for fucking walking on the beach or jogging on the beach by themselves, maybe, just fucking maybe, we should have fucking not done that shit and let everybody fucking be healthy and try to get some sunlight and be out in the fucking fresh air and not be, cooped up trying to fucking go crazy. But I don't think that would have been exactly what they wanted, because I think they've gotten nearly what they wanted. I think the biggest problem is that information is coming out faster than what they wanted it to. That's the fucking issue. Yeah, people have caved like crazy here. It's fucking pathetic. Pittsburgh, Ron, I mean, it's fucking pathetic. I mean, I cannot believe that as the town, like, people don't understand. Like, here's reality. Like, I come from a different generation, from a different place. Pittsburgh was very, very, very unique, because even the generation I came from, which is very outspoken, in Pittsburgh, we were very sarcastic. We were known for our sarcasm. That's why I am the way I am. How I talk to everybody is kind of how me and my friends used to sit around drinking beer when we were 17 years old at the fucking old place in fucking the South Hills, fucking with our fake IDs. Half the time, like, looked like a piece of paper that said my mom says I'm 21, written in pencil on it. I mean, it was just a different fucking world. I could go to a fucking beer distributor by the time I was like 17 or 18 and fucking grab beer. We used to fucking disappear for fucking 2 days at a time when we were in our fucking teens into the fucking woods at my one buddy's camp and drink fucking Coors Light party balls around a campfire and just do whatever the fuck we wanted. We came from a different fucking time. We came from a time where we just did what the fuck we wanted to do. And if you heard a bar stool go back, pull out really fucking quickly in a bar, everybody stood the fuck up and turned around, because it probably meant that somebody was going to fucking scrap with somebody else. And then after they fucking beat the shit out of each other, they'd buy each other a beer. No cops, no nothing. Everybody made sure that once somebody got knocked down, it was fucking over. And we fucking got up and fucking did our shit. And people weren't so offended by fucking words. But instead, Pittsburgh now, the last time I was there, the fucking Uber drivers like, yeah, they're going to let us go to restaurants soon. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking ridiculous. How you doing? Michelle G, I have to say, in Indiana, it's pretty open. Facial decorations are encouraged, but honestly, nobody bothers. Good. Good. The fucked up thing is, it's not a matter of nobody cares. They shouldn't be doing that shit, though. That's the thing. Like, just because we're not caring, we need to hold these people accountable. These numbers do not bear to brunt what they have done to our fucking society, what they have done to children, how they have fired people for not taking a therapy over this shit. These statistics for my age bracket, what the fuck? For my age bracket, it's 2,845 people in the last 2 fucking years have passed away from this without comorbidity. Why in the fuck should I be worried about that? I mean, I am sorry. Why the fuck should I be? It's like 25,000 a year total, even with comorbidities from my age bracket. Why the fuck would I be worried about that? Why should that affect my life? If that affects your life because you are, that age bracket and you have a lot of comorbidities, that's on you. If they're lifestyle driven, fix your shit. Unfuck yourself. If it is not lifestyle driven, I feel for you, but just because you can't do something does not mean the rest of the population should have to fucking suffer. That's the fucking reality. I mean, I don't understand how we got here. Yeah, man, that's where the data came from. Office for National Statistics, Freedom of Information request. That's fucking outstanding. It's outstanding. Media are still sheep. They're absolutely sheep. And I don't think the media is sheep. I think the media is part of the fucking problem. I think the media and social media is making it so they're trying to engineer the thoughts of people. They're trying to make it so they're guiding people towards how fucking terribly dangerous this is, when in fact, from the very fucking beginning, if we would have looked at this the way we've always looked at this, if we would have counted the flu in 2017, 18, the way they counted fucking COVID, It would have been ridiculous. It would have been millions of deaths. It would have been like 1 million deaths. People realize this in a year, in like 4 month period of time. More people. This is a real statistic. More people were hospitalized in the 4 to 5 months of the 2017-2018 seasonal flu outbreak than all of 2020 for the vid. What the fuck is wrong with you? If this is so much, by the way, if this is so much now, because now it is just a matter of us protecting hospitals. Like that's all of 2021. All of 2021 was about protecting the hospital system because we had a therapy for it that should protect people, right? So if it protects people, this is just all about hospital systems. If we want to protect hospital systems, the majority of hospital resources in America are used up from lifestyle-driven illnesses, period. It is not even possibly close to a fucking argument. It is not even close to in any way being able to be debated. It is cardiovascular disease, which is 80% driven by lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes, which is 90% driven by lifestyle. Strokes, cancers. 35% for strokes, 35% for cancers, 50% for strokes. It is by far, lifestyle-driven illnesses are by far the biggest burden on the hospital system. Not one fucking word from Lord F and from either administration. What the fuck, people? If it's truly about protecting the hospital system, this would have been taken care of. This would have been spoken about. We would have not only opened gyms, we would have focused on getting people healthy. We would have focused on people not eating fucking Krispy Kreme donuts, but they were given away instead. They were given away as an incentive for idiots, for fucking fools. Somehow or another, you think it's about your health while you're picking up Krispy Kreme free. Like that takes a certain level of cognitive dissonance, of detachment from fucking reality. Idiots. For real. I mean, part of it is I try not to be fucking too upset, but some of you people have acted, and I'm not talking about you people that are watching probably, people that are going to watch later and be pissed off and leave fucking weird comments. But a lot of you motherfuckers are, I don't know if you're just pretending to go along so you can feel okay about yourself and be part of the fucking crowd, but a lot of you people are just fucking stupid as fuck. For real. It's hard to believe you guys are the fucking fastest sperm. No shit. Yep. Crazy shit, right? Crazy shit. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull myself back up here. How am I? I am fucking excellent. Diabetes seems more likely to be hospitalized. They are. Because diabetes is a very serious fucking illness that we don't take seriously. I mean, we do not take diabetes seriously at all in America. People act like close to 100 million people are probably pre-diabetic right now because of how they eat. We don't take it seriously at all whatsoever, not even a fucking little bit. There are places, hey, Amanda, how are you? There are places in Canada that have exploded with opioid overdoses because of Big Rona. We can literally get free Narcan kits in cases someone ODs in front of us. That's fucking crazy talk. I mean, I'm happy I'm happy they give the Narcan kits, but that's fucking insanity. It really is. Amanda, I carry Narcan here in the U.S. as well. It's awful. That's fucking horrible. Sorry, I hopped on late. Could you send out the link to the source? I'd love to have that. It's on my Twitter. My Twitter is the MFing COO. Which, by the way, everybody, real quick, these are the specials. We do have one coaching spot available for today because we had somebody graduate out, and then 30-minute consultations. 30-minute consultations. You get access to the app for an entire month. You can sign up for all the free classes and stuff like that. Please do take us up on those offers. Funny how they aren't building new hospitals or expanding ICUs. No, they're firing people. They created an artificial staffing shortage by firing people that had natural immunity, which is actually the people. Let me tell you something. If my mom were need to go into the hospital, I would want every single person that fucking comes in contact with her to be recovered versus jabbed. I would want them to have had gained natural immunity because that way they're safe with all the variants. I would want them. That's who I would want to take care of my mom. Very clearly. Now, I'm not saying any people should not take the jibby jab. I'm saying that I would prefer that our hospital staff have natural immunity to it, have recovered already. However, it is not my worry that they are jabbed or have natural immunity for anything, if they are not symptomatic, they should be at fucking work. Because asymptomatic spread is not actually a fucking thing. And never has been. It's been one of the big lies. Asymptomatic spread is not an actual fucking thing. So, I mean, it's just not. Now, don't get me wrong. Masked symptomatic spread by a jabbed person is because a jabbed person can be what would be symptomatic and contagious, but not showing symptoms because of the jab, apparently, and spread it. But for a person that has not been jabbed, if you don't have symptoms, you are not contagious because nature, because reality. People are fucking stupid. J. Dean, when something on a global scale makes no sense, there is something hidden behind it. Exactly. It's finally coming out how BS this was. It's been out. No offense to you, absolutely, but it's been out. All this I've been screaming about this. You can check my fucking feeds. I've talked about the CDC information because the CDC information's been there for a long fucking time. The 5% number's been there for a long fucking time. They just wouldn't fucking talk about it. It's Julian to your Ricky. How you doing? Calisthenics should be mandated for the population. I don't know about mandated, but let's be real. Because here's the thing: as somebody that knows a bit about weight loss, I mean, I would argue that I would argue that I'm at least an expert on the habits of it. Right? You cannot force people to get healthy. You just absolutely can't. They need to find their why. They need to do it. Right? I mean, you cannot force people to do so. It is for a lot of people. It is addiction. It's just like you can't force an alcoholic to stop eating, right? And calisthenics, while they help out, they're not going to outpace the calories. It's just not going to, So mandating health, I'm completely against. Do what you want to fucking do with your body, but everybody, we should get back to the point where we are all accept societal risk. Like, it's amazing to me that like you need to show, like, you can't accept societal risk for a fucking cold virus without having a therapy to get into a bar where you're going to drink poison, because alcohol's a poison. It's stupid. Like, I mean, none of it has made sense from the very beginning. It's been all ridiculousness from the fucking beginning. I was laughing at the 6 feet thing at the beginning. Like, come on, it's fucking, like, people were acting like, it's just, I mean, how we got there. That should have been my first sign that people were fucking stupid. I was at college a few days ago, and they didn't want to let me into the exam building to take my finals because you weren't jibby dabbed. That's fucking. I mean, at this stage, like, colleges are fucking a joke. It really is. Who else is watching this? It's Jim. Hell yeah. Hello from Houston. Raphael, how the fuck you doing? I have a brother that hasn't talked to me for 2 years because when this whole thing started, I stated we should put everybody in a bath together like we did with chickenpox. We absolutely fucking should have. If you were young and healthy, you should have been trying to get this, to get over it, get natural immunity. If we would have hit away, and there's actually some people, there's some really good, really, there was early, like, testimonial about this from people like Dr. John Ioannidis, Professor Wood, who was the former director of the European CDC, like, that we should have locked away if those people that wanted to be locked away. We should have helped them isolate, especially nursing homes, stuff like that, really paid attention, paid everybody that worked there to live there pretty much 24/7 to make sure that they weren't exposed, do whatever we fucking could to keep the exposure down, literally, in nursing homes and stuff like that, to people that wanted it. We shouldn't have forced imprisonment on anybody. Isolation and imprisonment, unless done voluntarily, that's what we do to punish people in our society. That's why we call them prisons. I mean, and then we should have very much encouraged people to get healthy. We should have told people that one of the very serious high risk things is lifestyle-driven illnesses. We should have, encouraged them to get healthy. And then we also very much, and I mean very, very, very much, should have tried to get the younger population to get it and get over it as quickly as humanly fucking possible. Sent out vitamin D to everybody in the United States. Encouraged exercise and sunlight and eating far less ultra-processed carbohydrates and eating far more vegetables grown from local farmers markets. That's the shit we should have encouraged. By the way, Alan, I love these days. At least we still have the memories. No shit. I have high risk people in my family. I feel bad for you. So do I. But that shouldn't mean anything to anybody else but you. I'm just going to be real. That should not mean anything to anybody else but you and them. And they should be able to choose whether they want to still go outside or not. Other people should not lose their choice about what they need to do to try to protect those high risk people. I don't understand where you could possibly make an argument otherwise. Like the other people are high risk, so you should lose your freedoms. That's not how that shit works at all. Too many Amish here for people to mask. Exactly. I mean, it didn't seem to hit them. Mara, people in Puerto Rico wear masks when alone in the car riding on bikes. That's pathetic. It's sad. Read scenarios of future technology and international development, especially the lockstep section. The reaction to this pandemic was definitely planned. I completely agree. My brother got diabetes 2 years ago, and he's staying inside most of the time, and I'm just trying to protect him by doing everything in my power. If it's lifestyle driven, everything in your power, if it's lifestyle driven, everything in your power will be encouraging him to lose weight, get control of his health, and watch what he eats. That would be everything in your power, and that's good that you're trying everything you can do to protect him. But again, I still don't understand what that means to the rest of the population. It sounds like choices, you know. Flu was much worse for me. My obese adult son had it bad enough to be tested, but didn't go to the hospital. Mary, I'm glad to hear that everybody's okay, Mary Beth. Crazy that not a single politician died. No kidding. Kind of crazy, right? Because the politicians got treatment that we won't. Exactly. Fear Trump's logic. Okay, and we're about a half hour in. Anthony Zapata. I live in New York, and silently protest when I go to the gym. I don't put a mask on. And when I go to a bar or restaurant, if I stand up, I don't walk. It's what's fucked up is that's even a form of protest. You know, that shouldn't be a form of protest. It's insane that is. You know, they friggin' make commercials about heart medications for people that enjoy the finer things in life. It's fucking pathetic. I did spread it to asymptomatic to my son. You don't know that at all. Like and asymptomatic spread is not a thing unless you've been jabbed. Asymptomatic spread is not a thing. It's not a driver of any pandemic. I'm not saying it's not a thing, but it is like super teeny. It's super teeny tiny. You might have been lately symptomatic and didn't realize it, but asymptomatic spread is not a thing. 80% of people that had this never fucking knew it. You know, so it is not a thing. Biologically, you can look it up. Endocrinology, on an epidemiology basis, it is not a fucking real thing of concern. Exactly, being treated like a child by our government. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. So we have all of this going on, and no shit. I mean, this should be enough. We have all of this going on, but somehow or another, we're still not pushing. It seems like in any way to get healthier as people, because it is somehow or another evil to state to somebody you are not in good physical health due to your own hand, due to what you eat, due to how you treat your body. We cannot say this to people, but we are. I mean, we are going to allow society to us to be locked up for this shit. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I do not understand any fucking bit of that shit. I mean, it's at this step. At what point in time do you just call it a cult? You know, at what point in time do you actually just say, okay, this is very culty? You know, like the numbers I was showing you very clearly show that lifestyle-driven illness is a huge fucking factor it always has been and I mean always fucking has been. Let me see hang on a second. Let me pull something up here for you about people. See if I can filter down. Nah. I'll take care of that later. But it is just an insane thing to me that we have people literally talk like, I want you to feel good about yourself. Strut your shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Like, I don't understand where we got here, where people think that like just when somebody says you're fat, you should lose weight, that it's somehow illegal. You know, you're fat and you should lose weight. That somehow or another this is a real fucking problem. Like that's the person that's the problem, not you being morbidly obese. Like people like Tess Holiday, people like Lizzo. I mean, any person that's 300 fucking plus pounds. Give me a second. Oh, it's horrible. The singer Meatloaf just died. That sucks. I mean, one, I love his music, but two, he was Mark's neighbor. Fucking, that's horrible. Horrible, horrible. Oh, you're back. So, I would leave Tess out of it, but she gets in every shot because she's so big. How about that? You know what that was? That was a joke. And if you got offended by it, you know what you could do? Not fucking listen to it. So, Lewis, Fat Liberations, would you like to come on live with me and discuss your points? And if not, if you say no and you don't take me up on the offer, don't say yes. And within a minute, I'm just going to ban you, block you, because that's how it's going to work. So feel free to come on live there, Lewis. No Way Meatloaf is awesome. Yeah, fucking that sucks. That sucks. I mean, it really does. Tess Holiday hurt more than she helps. She does. And that's the problem. The privilege that these people are fucking showing by like, I am obese and the glory of obesity and blah, 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 blah. And just because you're fat doesn't mean you're sickly. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Let's get the fucking reality. Let's actually just be real. I don't give a fuck. If you want to choose to be fat, if you want to fucking choose to be fat, do you. But please do not pretend like in any fucking way that, what the fuck? Okay. It looked like for a second that it honestly looked like for a second that we went down to zero fucking people watching. Like I thought they fucking shut the feed off. Which good. So why didn't you just sign up? Why didn't you just fucking sign here? So Riley Gamer 33 account. Let's check it out. And this is huge, shocking, but you're obviously you do the fucking all follow along shit. So bunch of game walkthroughs. So you're a fat guy. I got you. That's why your butt hurt. I see. I gotcha. So Riley, I mean, you're not super fat. You're just kind of pudgy fat. So Riley, here you go. And everybody, this is only for Riley. I don't need everybody joining in. Click on that, Riley. Let me know when you're ready. Because the question I'm going to ask you is if gravity doesn't exist. What's your opinion on why they are pushing fat acceptance? What is the motivation incentive behind it? If fat people consume more? I mean, that's the incentive. Money. Fat people consume more pharma, more food, more gasoline for their cars, all sorts of shit than other people. So, Riley, click on that, or I'm going to ban you. I can't right now at work. Then why are you on the fucking feed? Bye, Riley. Riley's blocked. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. You know? But, I mean, they consume more. They consume like obese people consume more pharma than any fucking thing, but they also consume a lot more food. I mean, for like I'm a 190-pound male right now, probably somewhere around 15%, 14 to 15% body fat, which I'm getting ready to fucking lean back on out. But uh, real deal, and this is no shit. Like I consume 2,500 calories in a day. If I'm trying to pull back on that, probably about 2,000. Right? Tess Holiday consumes about 4,000 calories a day, probably. I mean, like it's got to be close to that, at some point in time. Fat people die early. I mean, the people I've said this the entire time. The people that have done the dying do normally do the dying. The Dante doesn't exist because they don't have facts and evidence to back up their argument. Exactly. He'll debate you any day of the week except today. That's right. Buy food for. I mean, and again, like I already made a video about you. Like, but I got to be real. I don't Google myself. I'm not one of them people. Like, I know a lot of fucking YouTubers do. I do not Google myself. I do not care. What people think about me is really none of my fucking business. If you want to actively talk to me about like how you think gravity doesn't exist, therefore being fat is not damaging to you, please do. Besides the fact that you are in a chronically inflamed state, please do. Besides the fact that medical data, what the fuck. But fat liberation is one of the funniest fucking things. It really is. It's one of the funnier fucking things because I got to be real. It sounds so stupid. You're not liberating shit. But if you were to liberate fat, it should be the fat liberated off of your body. There really isn't a lot of money spent on reliance or the systems of truly healthy. Actually, not. Did he weasel his way out of the debate offer after stating he'd be down to debate you anytime? Yes, he did. He's a fucking idiot. They said it in the movie Fat So Fat People Die Young. Yes, they do. Alan, did you see the latest article about in the fatness in the news? Yeah, I did a video about it already. I spoke about it already. We did a live about it already. Nomad Tom. And I hope you're not just copy and pasting that. I hope that's just a fucking thing with the whatever. Anyway, I guess that's how. I mean, seriously. They consume more, but isn't it better for a society to have healthier folks to be more productive during war times? I mean, they consume more. I mean, the strain on the hospital system is. I mean, the strain on our hospital system's got to be 50% or more from lifestyle choices. It's got to be. Absolutely, it's just got to be. So my issue with it is that we are. My issue with it is that we are not fucking meeting these people's needs. We are not fucking telling them what's going on. We are not being realistic with them, and that's the fucking issue. We're not actually being realistic with anybody in society right now. Like, if you're fat, lose fucking weight. I mean, it puts you at a higher risk. If you're okay with that, great. But don't fucking pretend like people should. And I mean, let's stop with this crazy. It's overt obese privilege to act like being called fat when you are in fact fat is somehow hate speech or racist or whatever the fucking shit that they've been trying to do for the last 4 fucking years. That is obese privilege. Like, I mean, on a just massively grand scale. That is fucking, it's patheticness. All these videos like, I'm fat and I can still do this. You want a fucking cookie? Like, I mean, you know what you can't do? Live to 65 healthily. Like, we got all these young fucking people that are fucking, we got all these young people who literally are obese thinking that like they're going to live for fucking a long time and not fucking be sick and ill because we are glamorizing what it looks like to be obese. We should show a lot more 600-pound life on fucking covers of magazines and a lot less Tess Holiday. I mean, that is the fucking shit right there. The government makes way too much money from lobbyists for big pharma and sugar. I mean, here's the thing, and I mean, I've had this before. I was actually writing a long post about this, but hang on a second. So, he's very scared to go outside because people don't. Where? Okay, he can stay inside then. I mean, he can stay inside if he has type 2 diabetes. Hopefully, he can manage it, get healthy, do what he can to minimize that. But got to be real. That's still a him problem. That's not society's problem. That's a him problem. If his type 2 diabetes is lifestyle driven, if he has given itself to him, that's a societal problem because now you're asking society to take care of it. That's on him. What the fuck? It's called self-responsibility. The validation by some cookies. Dude made millions stuffing his face for Christ's sake. The fucking Joey's World Tour guy, fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Tess proves Tess is proof that she's fit in her one-trick pony pigeon pose. I don't even fucking. I mean, I see her work out, and I hope that she's taking it seriously. The problem is she just needs to fucking stop. You know, she needs to just fucking stop. So we had somebody up above talk about the government makes too much money from the big pharma and sugar lobbyists. Here's my Green New Deal. Okay, I want to leave it on this because if we weren't actually, not leave it. We got plenty of fucking time. Plenty of fucking time. It's Friday, motherfuckers. Let's fucking get it. I might step myself up here and get some coffee in a second, but besides that, we got plenty of fucking time. My Green New Deal is that we take the $4 billion a year, $4 billion a year that the government subsidizes the sugar industry with, so they can make highly sugar-laden items cheaper to feed to our children, to then hurt their health, so then Big Pharma can actually have a higher role in their life. We take that $4 billion and we move that money to citizen, family-owned farms to grow hemp. And then we convert, instead of looking towards lithium batteries, which are horrible in the mining of and charging of for the environment, instead of going towards lithium battery cars, we tried to convert vehicles over to hemp biodiesel engines, which most diesel engines could still run on hemp seed oil, on hemp seed biofuel. Most of them could, just to be real. We then give a 100% tax deduction to any of the industries that use American-grown, civilian, family-owned, American-grown hemp. Whether it be hempcrete, because you can make concrete from hemp. Whether it be paper, because you can make paper from hemp, and therefore we are not chopping down bunches of trees, we are using hemp instead. You can then use it for medicine, for many things. There is an article recently out that says that CBD is a preventative for the vid. It's factual. I mean, it's out there. Wake the fuck up. Then we give 100% tax deduction to the farmers, 100% tax deduction to any industry that uses that to create goods, for those goods, 100% tax deduction, right? We heavily tax the use of it when it's not family, civilian-owned farms and family, civilian-owned businesses. Because you better believe that if we started pushing money back from the people to the people, if we started taking this money that is collected from the people, that is normally sent to subsidize big sugar companies that don't have anything to do with family-owned businesses, we could then push that money back to family-owned businesses into the local economies by changing over from looking at trying to grow sugar as a cash crop and subsidizing that. If we would subsidize hemp, it would create hundreds of thousands of jobs, hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs for people. We could easily then encourage everybody also to get healthy because we are looking out for the healthcare system. We are looking out to make sure that our very fragile healthcare system, which has shrank in the last 2 years in bed capacity, by the way, fucking disgustingly, has shrank in the last 2 years, we could protect them. We could make it, we could give people massive tax deduction for trying to be healthy, for getting healthy. Excuse me. We could then use this hemp, by the way, in all those other industries. But once we are running on hemp biofuel, any mechanics, any companies, any car manufacturers from America that create hemp bioseed engines, they get a 100% tax deduction. And here's what we can also do. We can also give that very serious deduction, trickle that down to their workers and give the workers of civilian family-owned businesses 50% tax deduction on their federal income taxes. And just tax large businesses more because we should have our money work for us. This is what we can do. We should put, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not saying anybody should not be able to order fast food, but a drive-through window should have some sort of surcharge that goes directly towards fighting diabetes, especially childhood diabetes. We should have very clear labeling of these items. We should make it so it is not. It is not a fucking thing that we just don't talk about, because that's what it is. That's what it is. This is my Green New Deal. My Green New Deal involves putting money and power back into the hands of the people. My Green New Deal, and by the way, the reason why you should lose weight also is because obese people use more fossil fuels to heat themselves, to cart themselves around. They use more fuel. They have a larger carbon footprint. So part of the Green New Deal is to unfatten the fucking country. Anybody that talks about the environment and does not talk about our obesity epidemic in America and the massive amount of overconsumption, when you consume twice the calories as somebody else, those calories are almost always ultra-processed carbohydrates, by the way. But in the processing, the transport, the packaging, do you know how much carbon footprint that is? It increases the person's carbon footprint by 20 to 50 fucking %, depending on the amount of food. What the fuck, people? Like, this is common sense shit. Like, some fucking middle-aged fucking guy that lifts, that happens to read a lot of studies and tries to inform himself and values critical thinking and logic and doesn't oppose to one particular party, should not be the person saying this stuff. The fact that we have not already started focusing on hemp as our massive crop, which was actually a huge, massive crop when we settled this fucking land, when our founding fathers almost all grew fucking hemp. The fucking Constitution is written on fucking hemp paper. The first American flag was hemp fabric. You can eat it. It's it's an amazing, complete protein that has fiber in it. It's a natural form of protein. Hemp food should be everywhere. And again, it is medicine, because CBD is even shown to be a preventative for lots of other things, including the fucking pandemic virus. This is not conspiracy, talk speech. This is a reality that we could fucking do, that the money is literally already there for. It is literally already there for. We just happen to give it to the big sugar industry. Do you know what happened if we didn't give it to big sugar? Politicians wouldn't get paid, and prices of candy bars would go up, possibly to the point where your kid's not going to fucking want one every single goddamn day. I mean, what the fuck, people? This is just basic logic. The shit and you know what? This is no shit. If you're an American oil company, we should start that shit the fuck back up and give American family citizen-owned American oil companies 100% tax break too. If you are a family citizen-owned business, you shouldn't pay taxes in the same way that big, huge conglomerate multinational companies should. They should get the fucking benefits of being an American fucking citizen, of being a family-owned fucking business, putting money back into your own local economies. We should fucking push that. That should be pushed. That's who we want. That's who we want owning companies. We want people owning companies. That's what we fucking want. We should incentivize them to do so, not incentivize big business. We should incentivize them to do so. So if it's family owned, even if it's an oil company, reopen the fucking Keystone Pipeline. I know that's a fucking big fucking thing. Everybody's like, whoa, we need to be independent in this country. We need to be energy independent. And if energy independence is part of your Green New Deal, us having our own oil that we fucking pipe to different parts of the country, that's the way to fucking do it, especially when you're trying to focus on just using that to lower costs down so people can spend more money on everything else they fucking need. And then you focus on hemp for clothing, food, instead of using synthetic oils to create synthetic fabrics. We focus on hemp. We focus on bamboo. What the fuck? Bamboo is a grass. It grows fucking incredibly. You can also eat it. It's also good for you. And it is building materials, but it also can be flooring, everything like that. We don't need to be cutting down large portions of forest when we can have hemp and fucking bamboo both grow in many climates in the United States. It is fucking ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is us not thinking about this shit. Instead, literally propping up obese people and people with poor lifestyle choices that are draining fucking society. If you are a 400-pound person, I will help you. Again, we literally are running coaching specials every day we talk live. But if you are a 300-pound person, a 400-pound person, you are hurting yourself. You are hurting the people around you because you are influencing them to be big also. Because I hear this every day that obesity is not contagious. Obesity is societally contagious. It is absolutely. Look around you. There's the fucking proof. If you don't think that people saying I'm fucking 300 pounds and there's nothing wrong with me, I'm perfectly healthy, look how glamorous I look, I'm fucking bomb, I'm this, I'm that. If you don't think that influences young people to not give a fuck about their health and their weight, you are stupid as fuck and need to fucking catch some reality. It is obese privilege to use more resources and also then talk about fucking World Health or Earth Day. Like a bunch of fat people always fucking post up, it's Earth Day today, I'm going to do this. If it's Earth Day, you should have lost 100 pounds this last fucking year if you're a 300-pound person. I mean, let's be real. Like we need to actually start being real with each other. We cannot just have this massive amount of privilege thinking that we can literally just eat ourselves into a fucking massively ill state and it not affect society. That is privilege. I don't give a fuck if your feelings are hurt by calling you fat. You are fat. Fix that shit. I mean, I by me saying you're fat, I literally just helped you in ways that other people that won't would. I was nicer. I am nicer by telling a morbidly obese person, please lose weight for your health. You are morbidly obese. It is unhealthy for you. Please lose weight for your health. If you're not willing to lose weight for your health, lose weight for society because you are straining society or you are using more resources than one person really fucking should. Me saying that to a person is reality. It is kindness. It is absolutely kindness. Me saying, well, you're fat, so you look like this and blah, blah, blah. That is not necessarily kindness. But even if people say that, don't fucking listen. You can't be shamed about something unless you're already ashamed of it. Like, you cannot be like, people are like, oh, you fat shame, you fat shame. If they didn't feel shame about it, it wouldn't matter to them at all. But they know that there's an issue. That's the fucking problem. I mean, I'm totally flabbergasted that we are at this stage. I warned about this for fucking years. I warned that we would get to this point where by us accepting fatness, the fat acceptance movement, and then them labeling anybody, like them labeling people that don't want to be fat, that like we're to the stage now where if you don't want to fuck the person because they're fat, that you're fat, there's something wrong with you. That's how stupid society is. That's how moronic it is. Of course, I don't want to fucking fat. I don't want to fucking fat. I don't want to fuck a 400-pound woman. One, because I'm happily married, but two, because they are ill. It is sickness. It is illness. I feel bad for them. I'm like, I can't turn that off. If me saying I feel bad for a 400-pound person, if that is found to be shaming, I can't turn that off because it's empathy. Because I've been fat myself, not that fat, but I've been fat myself, and I absolutely know how horrible it feels. I was starting to get the health ramifications. You can't tell me, dear fat people, you cannot fucking tell me that if you are 400 pounds, 350 pounds, you cannot tell me you feel great. You cannot tell me that there's nothing wrong with you. The visual evidence is there. If you have fat collected on you in rolls, and you are not trying to actively lose weight, you are not trying to get control of it, you cannot tell me that you're mentally healthy or physically healthy. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't suspend logic that much. I am not going to say I don't feel bad for you, that I don't feel very serious empathy for you. That's why we run these fucking deals. No shit, I'm going to put it up here again, but that's why we run these fucking deals. I mean this. I truly fucking mean this. If you, for some fucking reason, if you cannot get to the point where you can do this on your own, we will fucking help you. This is incredibly low pricing to fucking help you. No shit. It is daily communication for fucking, it is very low pricing compared to the other things. But what the fuck? If you don't want my help, get some fucking help. But let's not pretend anymore that you're okay. Because if you're 350 pounds, you're not okay. You can think you look pretty. That's great. That's your opinion. I don't. I don't. You can think you're healthy. That's great. Fucking science, reality, gravity says fucking different. Reality exists. We need to get back to it because we are not in any way living in reality right now. We are living in a reality where the entirety of the world is somehow completely locked down because of what I showed earlier. Like in America, it's like 40,000 people over 2 years that have been healthy and everybody else not healthy. Instead of us working on getting healthier and protecting the people that couldn't change that, we just locked everybody down. That's fucking it. We created more unhealthy people. People got fatter in the last 2 fucking years by what we did. That in alone makes it a complete abject failure. If we absolutely knew back then, which we knew at the very beginning of this, that being obese was bad for you, and then we lock people down and we take away the gyms and we take away activity and we arrest people for walking on the fucking beach, and now we don't encourage people to move, we don't encourage people to watch what they put in their mouth. That is an abject policy failure that has hurt people. It has cost people lives. Everybody that had decision-making hand in this in our country should be brought to justice. It is an abject political and policy failure to create more fat people knowingly, consistently, and remain to do so by encouraging unhealthy behaviors such as being completely sedentary, watching stressful shit on the fucking news every fucking night, not eating correctly, giving out fucking highly inflammatory, ultra-processed fried dough and sugar for a therapy, pushing that shit, pushing fast food as an incentive to fucking do something once you're coerced into doing it. It is an abject policy failure that we have made more fat people, more sickly people, probably massively increased the fucking rate of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancers, massively increased all this shit in a time where we absolutely fucking knew that the people that were in danger were elderly people and fat people. It is an abject policy failure. We should have literally put being healthy as an American responsibility, being at a healthy weight as American citizen responsibility. If you love your country, if you love your neighbors, if you love your grandma, you would try to be as healthy as possible. If you love the other people around you, if you think that wearing a facial decoration and staying 6 feet away, if you think that was for the greater good, the fucking greater good, the actual greater good would be for everybody to get healthy, consume less so we actually lower the carbon footprint, get healthy so you're not straining the healthcare system as much, because remember, that's what all this is about. That's what this is all about. It is literally about protecting the healthcare system. It should have been seen as an American responsibility to do the things possible, the lifestyle changes that we needed to do, that we still need to do even more now, to avoid having lifestyle-driven illnesses clog up the healthcare facilities that are for emergency uses. The healthcare facilities should be seen as emergency use. That's the fucking reality. Do you need a life-saving surgery? Do you need to have, were you in an accident? That's what the healthcare system should be used for. Everything else should be as preventative as fucking possible. But instead, we focused on these people possibly clogging the system because they didn't take a therapy. Meanwhile, we're still getting people fatter and fatter and fatter when that clogs the system more than anything else. By choice. If we really gave a fuck about people, we would have done this completely differently. And I would argue anybody on it. Because nobody can deny the fact that being fat, being morbidly obese, does in fact make it so the hospital system is more strained. Type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, stroke, heart attack, hypertension, all high all lifestyle-driven comorbidities that make it harder on this pandemic. They themselves strain the healthcare system to a massive degree, way fucking more than anything else. Those lifestyle-driven illnesses that come from how you eat that makes you obese, those things tax the healthcare system more than any fucking thing else. Period. It's not even a fucking debate. It's not even close. There's not even a close second. It is amazing to me that we want to, what else would go down if we access the healthcare system less because we're healthier? The massive death rate of the healthcare system, which is 250 to 440,000 people a fucking year. I mean, more people possibly die from medical error than die from fucking the vid in the last 2 years in America. These are fucking real ass numbers. These are fucking real ass motherfucking numbers. I mean, the reality of it is, like, if we really We're talking about the greater good. The greater good would be people fattening themselves. The greater good would be people getting to a healthy weight, watching what trying to access the fucking healthcare system as minimally as possible, getting their lifestyle issues under control so they're not fucking giving themselves lifestyle-driven illnesses. I understand that, I mean, and this may not reach many of the people that fucking all of a sudden thought I was some sort of serious fucking conspiracy theorist and all sorts of bullshit for the last 2 years, because that's what you get labeled when they don't have a fucking answer for you. When you point out the very clear fucking data and say this is bad for immunocompromised people and elderly people, we should do our best to warn them and protect them, which is what I said from the very fucking beginning. And everybody else should just be as healthy as we can. Wash your hands. If you're sick, stay the fuck home and continue on with life. I still stand by every fucking word of that. And you know why? Because I told you so. And it's coming to fruition that that's what we should have fucking done. I get that, and some people are never going to fucking return to normal. Great. You do you. Fucking stay in forever. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I wish you'd get healthier for society, because as we've just talked about for about 10 minutes, society is better when people are not fat as fuck as a population. It is less strain on resources. It is for the greater good. It is for the environment. If we were actually having real conversations about what's for the greater good and what's for the environment and what's greater good for the people and all of that, it would include unfattening the fucking country from the massively morbidly obese state that we've put it in the last 2 fucking years, over the last 2 decades, but definitely over the last 2 fucking years. I would wait to see any fucking argument against it. So that was my little rant. I'm going to talk for a little bit. Thank you, guys. You got to be so fat that they can't ignore you. Many people are. No shit. That applies to bodybuilders too, since they eat like crazy and they carry around giant amount of tissue. I mean, it's not healthy either. I've said that openly many times. I mean, it's one thing for like the 300-pound guys. It's just like, wow, that's a lot of fucking food. Healthcare system has downsized the amount of ICU beds over 50% since 2018 because they're not profitable. Exactly. Yes, the truth. Thank you very much. Do you think we're too far gone with the negative impact of obesity in society? Well, I mean, we're not too far gone. We are going to fucking have a very serious fucking hard time fucking repopulating. These people are going to die off young. I mean, there's not even a fucking question in my mind. These people are going to die off fucking young. It's real, Anyway, boom, boom, boom. I mean, we're not going to die off as a fucking species, but it's going to, it could absolutely, and I mean fucking absolutely, cause very serious problems for our society. I mean, it's going to. There's no way it's not. It already is. I mean, like when you look at it, it made it so we were so sickly. It made it so we were so sickly and so fucking hurt that we could. Hang on, I'm gonna pull something up here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I don't know if anybody recognizes this. I should close this down. This is Matthew McConaughey and Dr. Fauci live. And this was done. Yeah. Let me do this here.
Green light. This is my first time hosting an IG Live. Thanks for everybody for being here. I'm going to do a few things. The antibodies.
Related to your question about the
Everybody.
No. Well, if everyone contracted it, even with the relatively high percentage of people who are without symptoms, Matthew, a lot of people are going to die.
Yeah.
Because even though, and this is the big misperception that causes so much difficulty in messaging to young people,
This is why we close down.
People who are elderly and people at any age who have an underlying condition, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, heart disease. If you look at the United States of America with our epidemic of obesity, as it were, with the number of people with hypertension, with the number of people with diabetes, if everyone got it infected, the death toll would be enormous and totally unacceptable. And that's the reason why we are against saying, let it fly, let everybody get infected.
Yeah. So literally, that is the gremlin in August of 2020 saying that the reason they were for locking everybody down, the reason that they were for keeping everybody's rights suspended and ignoring the Constitution was because fat people and the lifestyle-driven illnesses that are from them. However, for some crazy fucking reason, we did not try to unfatten the fucking country. Wonder why. I wonder fucking why. Anyway, I'm going to take some questions, guys. I know about 15 minutes and then I'm going to go. We'll be on an hour and a half. Thank you for listening. I'm just saying that if you are obese, you are exhibiting wild, massive privilege, not just because people starve to death every fucking day and you're consuming more than you need, but also because you are taxing society to a great fucking degree. In both, you're taxing the planet by increased carbon footprint. You are taxing our country for resources. You are taxing our healthcare system by using more of it than a healthy person would. It is time to unfatten your fucking self. No morbidity. I mean, Mark and I are dedicated to fucking helping everybody get fucking everybody, millions. I'm done pussyfooting around. If you're fat, I don't give a fuck what you look like. You are not healthy. Get healthy. You are fucking up society at this stage. You thinking that you should be able to consume more fucking food than you need in massive quantities on a daily basis is, in fact, fucking up society. Absolutely. And you're doing it. Please do more, Tyrone. I'm not going to do any more. You do one and let me know. Alan, you're doing God's work. If it wasn't for you, I'd take the attitude that my body 200 pounds later than it actually did. Thank you very much. I saw Mark on Timcast. He's awesome. Fucking, he did a great job, man. Went for a run again today, getting healthy. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. So everybody, just a couple questions. I got about there 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going to get my shit done for the day. Let's start by just not being dumb and man up and acknowledge the reality. That's be a great start. I agree. I absolutely fucking agree. 100%. I agree. People need to enter the world of reality. Like, reality exists is one of my hashtags. You know, hashtag fat reality. Hashtag fat reality. You're going to die young. Hashtag fat reality. If you're 400 pounds, you have a hard time wiping your ass. Hashtag fat reality. You are not fucking healthy if you cannot fucking tie your shoes without holding your breath. Hashtag fat reality. Type 2 diabetes is in your future if you eat fucking 200 grams of sugar every single fucking day. Hashtag fat reality. It's time to unfucking fatten yourself. Heading to the beach before work to walk, play with Fergus. Good. Have a good day. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day. I'm going to take care of business. And then I'm going to take the wife out to the gym. And then the wife and I are going to then come back. We're in a grocery shop. And then we are going to go have a great fucking time. tonight. Great fucking time. Although you're not doing videos about Fitness Addict, is there someone you would be interested in covering, some misinformation danger? Here's the thing. That's a good question. Any of the fucking workout dudes? Nope. Don't give a fuck. For real, like what people understand, that audience is very small in the fucking in the fucking realm of reality. Basically, there's only so many people. There's only so many people that's actually going to fucking affect. Just to be real, there's only so many people that are going to be affected by Vince giving bad fucking information. Anybody strong enough to fucking take Vince's information and do some damage to themselves with knows better. And anybody weak, anybody else is too weak to fucking damage themselves. When it comes to misinformation, I mean, we may talk diet and stuff like that, but fucking fitness influencers, like the fucking normal fucking YouTube fitness people, I mean, here's my thing. If they're all still talking about 5 deadlift tip setups and fucking this and that, I mean, if they're still all on that shit, or if they're not talking about actual fucking shit that's going to help our fucking society, I mean, do you? I don't fucking give a fuck. But I'm going to talk about shit that's actually fucking real and shit that will help people in the long run, and shit that's actually shit that's actually going to fucking help society out. And people having bigger biceps and making sure that their deadlift setup is great is not. I mean, it might help people stay healthier in order to fucking continue working out. But in reality, I don't give a fuck about it. I really fucking don't. I mean, I'm going to keep talking about dangers of people saying you can be morbidly obese and fucking healthy, because that's way fucking dangerous. Can you explain some more about your coaching? What do we offer? Daily communication, weekly video conference calls, daily communication on the app. How are you doing? Trying to help build the skills of accountability. Live pre-recorded yoga, HIIT style training, anything you fucking need, right on the fucking app. We can put and tailor a workout straight to you on the app. It's both Crystal and I. We address the person's actual needs. We basically take a look at what foods you have, what particular things you do, and we try to just change it a little bit at a time to help build habits, to help you change your lifestyle. We focus on satiation and satisfaction. My clients all hear all the time, if you're not satiated and satisfied, we've made a misstep. If you're feeling overly hungry, or if you're feeling restricted, super restricted from something, we need to fucking figure that shit the fuck out, because this is about long-term health. This is not about this is not about getting a six pack. This is not about anything like that. This is about your long-term health. And that's the fucking important thing for us. So, and again, here, just in case you're wondering, oh, fuck. I'll put the links in again. And this is the 30-minute consultation if you want to have a talk about it, and for the live coaching package. But for instance, if somebody has a problem with sugar, we try to wean them off sugar as much as possible. We try to make sure we adjust their days. We help people learn their actual relationship with food, not just protein, carb, fat, good, bad, processed, non-processed. How do you actually react? How does your body react with that food? Teach yourself what food actually is. Calorie counting, people that come to us with calorie counting, by the time they leave, we try to have them off of calorie counting, because we try to make sure they know the information so they can then fucking make decisions without having to consult their fucking, MyFitnessPal and shit like that. So if you have any other questions, there's the fucking links. So there we go. I can't help but think that there are agendas being pushed. I completely agree. The fat positivity shit, absolutely. Go-to supplements. I don't do performance supplements much. I am trying out Testovan here. I'm going to do Testovan and or Turkesterone, just because people keep asking me about it. But I'll probably be moving towards TRT within the next fucking 6 months, from what the doctor says. But I take Immortal multivitamin, vitamin C, 5,000 IUs of vitamin D. I use Mental Joules as my pre-workout, which is like a cognitive assistant thing, instead of high caffeine. Because I take enough caffeine from coffee. I don't need any fucking more in a day. But I then, let's see, what else am I taking? I take I take a few ingredients on future products that we're doing. I'm going to start back on our actual product here. It's being produced, so I'll start back on it as soon as I get my first bottle. But I'm working on a few other things for blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity, which should very much help out people with PCOS and that sort of thing. And anybody that has problems with insulin, problems with insulin sensitivity, that sort of thing. And then from there, I'm just going to fucking. What else do I take? Right now I'm taking Tyrant as an estrogen blocker from Mark, and that's about it right now. I'm not huge into them. I do take protein powders in like a couple times a week. I'll mix it with I'll either make a sludge out of it and use it as a pudding, or I'll mix it with some Greek yogurt. And just I'm not a huge performance supplement guy. I haven't used pre-workout in a while, and the last time I used it was a sample pack of the Ambrosia brand Kinetic, which is basically it's basically mental jewels with a little bit more stim to it, which I liked, but it is good. So any other please, we're literally just about to end it off. So I hope everybody, if there's anybody else with any last questions, let me know. I hope everybody has a great fucking day. Like, great fucking weekend. We'll be back Monday. I'm not sure if it's going to be Monday morning or if it's going to be Monday evening or if it's going to be Monday midday, because I think we're heading out to lunch with our son. It might be morning. It might be morning Monday. Just so everybody knows. But because we're doing something with my son. And then so it doesn't seem like we have any other questions. I hope everybody had a good time listening to me fucking rant about how we can actually fix this fucking country and look out for people's health and the fucking dangers of obese privilege. I will say one more time, and it's not meant to hurt anybody's feelings, but if you are 400 pounds, you are being massively selfish and damaging to yourself at the same time. Please fix yourself. Unfuck your life. Have a great fucking day, people. Goddamn.